This video is brought to you by volunteeraudio.com, your #1 source for all things Harley Davidson audio. From individual radios, speakers, and amps to complete plug-and-play amp and speaker systems, we've got you covered. And once you've ordered your package from Volunteer Audio, it includes lifetime tech support. And we have the very best step-by-step installation video so you can install it yourself and save money. So now we're going to remove our radio. We're going to start by removing the electrical connectors. Little black button you got to press in on this main radio plug and then rotate a lever. So pressing the button and then rotating will allow it to come undone. Now Robbie's going to press the release button on top of the USB connector, on the bottom of the AM/FM connector, then there's one on the bottom of our GPS antenna as well. You're going to press those little buttons, that's going to allow them to remove. This is the Sirius XM antenna, also pressing the release on it. At this point, all holding our radio in is those 3/16 Allen head screws. There's 4 of them. Let's take those 4 out. We will be reusing these to put our new radio in, and we'll also be transferring this bracket later to our new radio. So next step, we're going to be removing our speaker pods. This is a very easy thing to do. You could replace the speakers without pulling the pods, but pulling the pods is going to give us much better access to the bolts for our amplifier mounting. So whether that's removing the bolts in the factory amp or putting them in our new one. So we're going to move forward with taking the pods off. One of the first things we're going to do is we're going to remove any of the antennas that are mounted. So our new radio, it has Sirius XM, but it's not going to use this antenna, and this one's been chewed up. So we're going to take that one out. We also have a GPS antenna that's no longer going to be used because our new Soundstream radio has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in it and doesn't need this antenna for the SI radio we're installing. So we're going to get those out of our way. Next, we're going to unplug our speaker connectors on each pod. It's a little easier to see the one on the other side, but we're just going to disconnect each one of those. We're going to unplug our cigarette lighter connection that is on this side, as well as our USB from the other, where it snaps into the speaker pod. Now we just have 5 3/16 Allen screws, 3 on the side of the pods, and these 2 on the top. We always do these 2 last because it's easier to hold the pod while you remove them, especially if you're just one person, by doing these last. Take our speaker pod and set it to the side. All right, same thing on the other pod, removing the 3 lower 3/16 bolts. Last 2 across the top. Definitely keep all this hardware organized in your bolt tray so that when you go back together, you get the right screws. All right, I'll set that speaker to the side as well. All right, yeah, so this being a CVO, it has pretty much all the options, one of which is the CB module. We're not going to retain the CB with our new radio, so we're going to unplug it. Also going to unplug our CB antenna, and we're going to unbolt and remove the CB module and the bracket. Just going to take these 2 3/8 screws up, or bolts up here at the top.